Say, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories, and I share those with y'all. But periodically, what I like to do is something I call my Free Game Friday. And what that is I come through and I share a little wisdom with y'all the same way some of my older homies would come through when I was on the block and share some wisdom with me and my homies in hopes of helping us just move smoother while we in the street. Because keep it real, man. Everybody, regardless of what you say to them, they're not fit to leave the street. And so hopefully also when they was kicking game to us, they was also hoping that the things that they was telling us will eventually help us transition up out of the street. And so that's what I'm trying to do too, man. I don't want people to think that I'm condoning or glorifying the type of street life that I lived or going to prison and stuff like that. So like I said, I like to come through here and give y'all these stories too. And so what I'm talking about today, man, is standing 10 toes down, man. And the truth of the matter is, when you out on the block with your homies, it may be eight of y'all, it may be 15, 20 of y'all. Everybody inside that circle, they gonna say the right thing, man. In order to fit in, you have to say the right stuff. You have to tell people, yeah, I'm a gangster, I'm a rider, I'm a stepper. I'm not gonna tell, I'm gonna do what's required of individual to be a real dude in these streets. But like I say, the sad truth of the matter is, when some of those individuals get into the right situations, their priority changes. Staying solid, staying down, it's not gonna be it's not gonna always be their priority, man. You're gonna have a lot of people who gonna try to free themselves and get out of trouble by any means necessary, whether that's telling on you, whether that's breaking one of the codes, talking about things they shouldn't be talking about, man. And that's just the truth of the matter. So don't be foolish enough to believe that everyone has the same level of dedication that you may have. I say this all the time, man. Everybody has a different level of dedication to these streets. And when things get rough, when people start dying, when people are faced with being incarcerated for a long period of time, people start reevaluating their choices, man. And so if you are a real solid soldier, a real stepper that's going to do what a dude living by the street code is going to do, then prepare yourself for a lot of disappointment, man, because some of your closest friends, some of the people you've known for a long time is just not going to stay down, man. Everybody is not built the same. And for an individual to think that, you have to be young or you have to be foolish, man. You'll find out the hard way that, when a person is locked up, he's realizing that he's not going home for the next 15, 20 years. Everybody can't take that pressure. Everybody is not going to stay 10 toes down, man. And that's just the truth of the matter. And then also we have to look into when we out here, we young, we wilding in the streets. We don't realize sometimes that we're making decisions maybe at the age of 19, 20, 23, 24 that's could potentially and possibly haunt us and stay with us, and we have to answer to for the rest of our lives, man. There are certain things that you can do in these streets that it's not coming back from. It's not, everybody will not forgive you, for that. It's not like maybe you broke into the neighborhood house when you was 18, 19 and you stole a TV and you can come back 15, 10 years later. Maybe those neighbors now, maybe they'll forgive you for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain steps, it's certain things that we can do in these streets that even if we make a change, and if the change is deep and the change is sincere, certain individuals are not going to be willing to forgive you, man. You may have took away somebody's father. You may have took away somebody's favorite uncle, somebody's brother. And now it still may be people lingering around who has that street mentality. You may have went on and changed your life for the better, and it's sincere. And now you're not walking around with that thing. And a dude happened to see you, man, just visiting your mom or something like that. And now it's his chance in his mind to get some get back for a love member, a loved one or a family member that has been hurt. And that's the cold part about it. Like I said, sometimes we don't realize that a lot of these decisions we will have to live with for the rest of our lives, man. So now you have two choices now. You can You can walk around with a gun, and take that chance. Now if you've been to prison, you definitely can't afford to get caught with a gun because you're going right back, and ain't no telling how long you may go back. And then sometimes we know, man, that when we have a gun on us, they definitely make us sometimes overreact to certain situations. They make some of us feel powerful, and that's just the matter. That's just the fact of the matter too. Sometimes we may approach a situation differently if we wasn't armed. Uh, or your second choice, you could not be armed, man, and you could basically leave what's happening to you. You can just leave that up to the mercy or the merciless, the mercy of others, or just the unforgiveness of others. If a dude happen to see you, man, and decide to pop you and lay you down, that's what's gonna happen because you was unarmed. But like I said, the sad thing about it is, man, it may be due to a decision that you made when you was 19, 16 years old, 23 years old. But still that person is unwilling to forgive, man. And these are the things that I be trying to talk about that some of our older homies don't tell us about, man. Some of these situations may potentially, potentially cause us to risk our life or freedom even 25, 30 years down the line, man. You're not always going to have a gangster mentality and think the same way that you think at the age of 20, man. It's not possible, man. And so, sometimes it's important for your big homies to tell you those type of things, man, instead of trying to steer you down a path that will more than likely lead to, the loss of freedom or even the loss of life. And so that's what I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, that everybody is not going to have the same level of dedication, and everybody is not going to stand 10 toes down, man. So, you make your decision on your own, man. You can learn from getting some information. You can learn from getting some game, or unfortunately, you might have to be one of the ones that find out the hard way. But anyway, y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy 16 to Life. Y'all resume normal program.